Here we go. Gotta wait for the music. Let us fill the air.
We're not hearing the music.
You're not?
No.
Nor is the YouTube or Twitch followers. So welcome YouTube and Twitch followers. Chris
Wow.
is going to lead us right in.
Weird, wild stuff, man.
And I just figured out how to not have to put the music in later.
Right on, man.
So now I'm going to have to put it in later.
You're welcome.
Oh, he always keeps me on my toes, Robert.
Hey, whatever works. Did you guys get the book?
Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the Chris and Mike Show. I'm Chris. He's Mike. That's Robert McKay. You asked me a question, Robert, and I didn't answer the question. What was that? You asked me if we did what?
Said, did you get a chance to check out the book?
We have not yet.
Have not. We don't. Here's how we roll, man. We like to come into these things organically because we don't.
Okay.
We want to learn about you as you share with us and those that are watching and eventually listening to the show. So you can bring up whatever you want to bring up as far as your book. Don't give all the things away because we want people to go buy your book.
Right.
Because that's one of the reasons why you're on here. You know, so that's kind of why we do it the way we do it. It's not a typical thing. I'm sure you've watched this at some point in time, but we're not normal. Let's interview Robert. Hi, Robert. How are you today? I'm good, Chris. What do you do for a living? I am a meat acquisition curator. What's that mean? I chop up cows. So it's more fun just doing it this way.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is Robert McKay. Welcome to the show. Let's give our audience in what 23 countries now, Mike?
23. Thank you for coming on, Robert. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure, man.
So give us a little insight of why you wanted to come on this fantastic show and what we can share about you.
Yeah, just to share my story pretty much. So I've been playing guitar since I was 14, and I
started when I was 9, so congratulations.
Thank you. I actually started in 8th grade. I want to say 8th grade. And, no, 7th grade. So I took lessons up until my senior year. And I had the same teacher the whole time.
Wow.
So I was pretty quiet in school. I was the kid walking around with the headphones on, not
Most
really
musicians
talking.
are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
musicians are, man.
Yeah. So, but my brother, he was in school band. So I got into music right when Guns N' Roses came out. Right when they used to, and you guys probably remember this, when they used to show Knockin' on Heaven's Door on MTV.
Yep, damn right, man. That was from Live at the Ritz in New York City, I believe.
Yeah.
That was an awesome. That's still, I think, their best concert. It's so raw. I totally remember that video. I'm sure Chris does too.
So that's what got me into guitar playing, and everything just kind of fell into place because I was living at my grandma's house at the time. So my uncle used to live there, too, until he got married and he moved out. So when he moved out, he left his acoustic behind. Nice. So right when I started to kind of watch MTV and got into Slash, and I saw him playing. I saw I'm like, "Ooh, that looks really cool."
How many people started playing guitar because of Slash?
Yeah. So I wanted to. I wanted to do the same
You're a
thing.
singer, brother.
So I kind of put 2 and 2 together. That where my brother got his rental for a band. Hey, they did guitar lessons too, and hey, my uncle left his acoustic behind at the house. Gee, maybe I should ask him if I could use it for lessons. So nice. I always tell this story, and pretty much sums it up. One day he came over. I said, Uncle Joe, and now I'm like 14 at the time. I'm in middle school. Uncle Joe, can I use your acoustic for guitar lessons? So, being the cool uncle, he says, yeah, sure, not a problem. So my mom was upstairs. So I literally ran up the stairs and I startled the hell out of my mom because she had a back turn. I said, Mom. So she's like, she turned around, man, and she's like, what? Uncle Joe said I can use this guitar. Can I take guitar lessons? She said, yeah. And she was kind of flustered because I startled her so bad because I yelled, Mom, and she didn't hear me come up. So, so, of course, she said yeah and whatever. So I had the same teacher for 4 years.
Me too.
And it was kind of cool because we kind of had a bond, because I had him for so long, and we did the Alfred books to kind of, because I didn't know anything about music up to that point. So I wasn't in band, I wasn't in chorus, I really didn't have that much of a background on it. So so we started with the Alfred books, and I used my uncle's acoustic, and then a year later, maybe less than a year, he said, you should probably switch to electric, then I could teach you more. Because, there's so many songs I could show you on acoustic. So my mom got me my first electric guitar for my birthday, which I still have, I still use, I still play.
Nice.
That's awesome. I wish I still had my first guitar.
Yeah, I still use it, and I didn't change anything on it. The only thing I've changed on it is the guitar strings.
My first real guitar was a BC Rich Warlock. I love that thing.
Oh wow. Okay, sweet. But so I've used it up until now. I still use it today, and then once he left, I stopped lessons, and then but I kept playing. I kept learning. I kept thinking on YouTube and stuff like that, and then I restarted lessons in 2019, and I still take now, and I've been with the same.
Are you taking private lessons?
What?
Are you taking private lessons then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the private lessons I take now, I've been with the same person since 2019.
That's awesome.
Because I knew if I want, to get to that next level, I know I needed to go back to lessons. Because, you can learn stuff off of YouTube and stuff like that, but you can only learn, if you have any questions, you can't ask YouTube.
Right.
So I know I wanted that hands-on kind of interaction to learn it.
And the accountability. It's too easy if you're doing it yourself to just say, I'm going to skip today or I'm going to skip. It's no different than Chris working out. It's if he decides to not go one week, it's pretty easy to not go the next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if you're not a self-starter and you know that it's easy for you to just put something down and not pick it up again for a month, I totally recommend that people take private lessons. That's why I gave lessons. I still do to this day. If somebody really wants to learn, I'll teach you to play. It's not something I don't want 100 students a month anymore, but
yeah,
I totally understand the wanting the hands-on, because a lot of times you want to see something 2 or 3 times before you pick it up,
Yeah. And especially with stuff like Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that, to really learn it the right way, I feel like if you have someone there to kind of show you it, that knows it maybe better than you, it helps.
Absolutely.
And that's what kind of like why I like my guitar teacher so much, is that he reminds me of my first teacher, because my first teacher was the same way. Once we switched to the hour lesson, he did half lesson, half whatever song I wanted to learn.
That's what I used to do when I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah, but the following week, the first thing we did was go over the week before. So
I like this guy. That's very much how I used to teach.
And
review, learn, fun. That's what I used to say. We're going to review last week. We're going to learn, then we're going to have fun.
Yeah, and and that's the first thing we went over. So whatever theory, whatever exercise he gave me, we went back and played it. Whatever part of the song we learned, I went back and played it. And there was times that he caught me red-handed. You did the song more than theory, didn't you? And you can't lie, because you're playing it, so he's gonna hear it
for sure.
So it's not like, oh yeah, just give me another shot, and pretty much could say I did the song more than theory. But he never got mad about it. He just made sure he went over to make sure I understood it, pretty much.
That's good.
Yeah.
So now, and from what the little bit I did learn about you, you had thyroid cancer.
Yeah, I had I don't know if I'm saying sorry, papillary thyroid cancer.
And how long did you have that?
So I was diagnosed in 2011, I want to say, around this time, around October, November, because I remember it was towards the end of the year.
Okay.
So I had a goiter right where your thyroid bed is.
Okay.
But I didn't have
right
any.
there?
Yeah, like right here. So your thyroid
Gotcha,
bed
okay.
is like
Right.
pretty much like your like your lungs. You have left side, right side.
Yep.
But I didn't have any side effects. So basically I had a cough.
Yeah.
I had a cough for like 2 weeks and I couldn't get rid of it. So one night I went to the ER, and the doctor noticed it. He said, you have a bump on your neck. Did you get that checked out? I said, no, I didn't think anything of it because it wasn't hurting or wasn't affecting me or anything like that. You know, so he said, no, you should really get it checked out. So I got it checked out, and that's how I found out. I went to a primary doctor, and she referred me to my endocrinologist.
Sure.
And they did the fine needle biopsy and it came back cancer.
Yeah.
So
how long did you have to deal with that?
So right after I had my thyroid taken out.
Okay.
And obviously the goiter. That there's recovery wasn't that bad. It's more like a stiff neck.
Okay.
I was in a hospital overnight because I had the drain tube.
Yeah.
Which wasn't fun when they took it out. It's like, oh, it's not going to hurt that much. Yank.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not going to hurt that much. Don't worry.
Right.
So I had that done, and then afterwards I followed up with a radiation oncologist, which I had to get. I didn't have to get chemo, but I had to get radiation iodine.
Okay.
Which is basically a water pill with radiation.
Oh.
So you take it, and you don't feel any effects from it, but you gotta stay isolated for 48 hours. Usually Friday to Sunday. It's Friday to Monday, and then they check your levels to make sure your radiation went down.
So isolation is because they don't want you walking around and radiating other people?
Yeah. You don't want to glow up and
It sounds like a villain for a superhero movie, man.
Yeah. Glow in the dark, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's
just
crazy, man.
Walking down the street and people are just dropping, I'm radiation man.
I didn't even know that was a thing where you had enough radiation in you to make you be isolated. That's the first time I've ever heard that. That's crazy.
So would you go in the dark?
Because my son was young at the time, like I was in the hospital for 2 days because I didn't really have anywhere to isolate at home. Okay. So they did it as a safety, precaution. Because you're really not, because you're really not supposed to be around people once after you first take it.
Did you put yourself under a black light?
Yeah. I didn't feel any effects from it though.
How long did you have to do that?
I took on a Friday. First time I took on a Friday, and I think
he means more the length of time. Not
how many
just
sessions?
You did it for 48 hours. You did this treatment and you had to isolate for 48 hours. But how
the radiation iodine, and of course, from then until now, I did it twice.
Okay.
For the first time, and then one time after that.
So then they check your levels after that and make sure that they got all the cancerous part out, or
so pretty much I get blood work done every 3 to 4 months to check my levels, and then I usually do PET scans once a year, every 6 months.
I was frozen, wasn't I?
Depending on blood work, but
yes.
Knock on wood, I haven't had anything done for a while.
Right.
So how long have you been cancer free?
Everybody say hi to my wife.
Hi, Nikki. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
So technically, after you have your thyroid taken out, you're supposed to be at 0. Technically, I'm at like between 1 and 2 on blood work. So,
Okay.
but I haven't. The last time I had something done was last year. I had one small nodule taken out, size of my fingertip, because it was cancerous. They didn't want to leave it in. Took it out. But I haven't had anything since then. My scans have been clear and blood work's been good. So
That's awesome.
That's good.
Congratulations, man.
Okay,
I've had the same oncologist this whole time. I'm an endocrinologist too. Endocrinologist.
Yeah,
It's been the same person throughout all this. So
that's good. So now, from a cancer standpoint, you're free and clear now. You're just going in for your annual checkups.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I got the blood work done every 3 to 4 months, and I see my oncologist every 3 to 4 months, and pretty much they follow the blood work. As long as the blood work's good, they just keep an eye on it.
That's awesome, man. That's scary when you hear that you got cancer. You don't know how far it's gone, and that's awesome. I'm glad you're on the right track now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely scary. And, luckily, I don't know if luckily is the right word, but, there's 4 different types of thyroid cancer. And the one I had is the least spreadable and most contained. The most localized.
So you had the best of a worst case scenario.
Yeah. Because I know there's another one that's spread, that isn't localized and spreads very easily.
Yeah, that's definitely not the one you want. I mean, nobody wants any of it, but
right, the best,
in your case, at least it was something that they're familiar with and they knew how to treat. And I'm really happy for you, man. Your health, nothing means. I just was recently sick for like a week, and I mean just like a chest cold where you were no energy and down for the count and just can't do anything if you wanted to. Every time that happens to me, it just really reinforces that that's it right there. Your health is everything.
Yeah. And like last year I had AFib, right around the time the nodule came up, I also had AFib. So
my dad has that too. So
yeah,
I know that can be scary if you're not medicated for that.
Yeah. And then, so I had a cardioversion done, and that helped, that got rid of it. But the doctor warned me. He said, cardioversions, there's a chance it could come back, and they have to get an ablation, and that's exactly what happened. Like the cardioversion cleared it for like 3 to 4 months, and then right around Thanksgiving it came back. So then I had to do the ablation this past January. I did it.
Chris will be right back. He just texted me. He got kicked off his internet.
Oh, okay. And
he said he's signing back on. So
I was wondering what happened to him.
Yes, it's weird, man. His internet, and for the people who are listening, we apologize. Every now and then it just goes crazy. He's got a cable modem and he has Starlink. He actually has 2 choices.
Oh, wow.
And where he's at in Arizona, it's not really rural, but it is like a horse property community. So they're kind of on the edge of the suburbs, if I understand him right. I think they just don't have the same kind of dedicated lines that most communities have going into them yet. Like he said, they're trenching for fiber optic now. So that's what I have. I have a 1 gig up and 1 gig down router sitting right in front of me.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have Verizon. I have the
This is a company called Pavlov. One guy owns this entire company. It's based out of Champaign, Illinois, if I remember right. Either there or Denver, Colorado. I can't remember which. I'm in Illinois. Chris is in Arizona. I think you said you're in New York.
Yeah, I'm in New York. I'm in Long Island, New York.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man. So we're literally almost traversing the entire country trying to do this. It's amazing it works at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's where I'm at now. Health wise, knock on wood, I'm clear.
So in the music side of things, have you played with a band? I know you said you're trying to do like your own singer-songwriter thing.
Yeah, I haven't
Welcome
done
back.
band. Hey,
I
what happened to you?
don't know what happened there, man. It's just everything went black. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw it go blurry, and I'm like, what happened?
I think my normal. I have two Wi-Fi's. I think the Cox one just decided to disappear because I can't find it, so it just blew me up for some reason. You know,
The other Chris is off in cyberspace.
right?
So I was just asking him on the music side of things if he'd ever played with a band. I know from following him on Instagram, he's working on a singer-songwriter kind of deal. Have you ever played with a group or anything as a guitar player?
I've never played with a group. Yeah, I'm always looking. I think I'm more comfortable doing it more now than I was in the past. So I think part of it was self-confidence.
I get it.
But I think part of it was, that's part of the reason why I took up lessons. For exactly that reason, to kind of,
just to gain some confidence.
Chords. Yeah, I could play chords, I could record stuff like that. But once you start getting to scales and different, on the theory part of it.
Yeah, don't worry about that shit yet. Just have fun playing rhythm, because that's you're gonna play rhythm over 90% of the time, even if you're like, I was the only guitar player in the band I played in with Chris. So I pulled double duty, right?
Right.
You're still playing rhythm over 90% of the time, and that's the most important thing. It's so sad that a guy like Eddie Van Halen was so good as a lead guitar player, because he was actually a better rhythm guitar player, but nobody ever talks about that.
I never thought about that, yeah.
His sense of timing is still untouched.
Yeah.
He would speed up and slow down within the song and make it sound musical.
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
Do it effortless, without effort either.
He wasn't thinking about it. He just knew what he wanted to hear, and he did it. But what he was doing, that swing feel where it's not on a perfect beat.
Yeah,
you're playing ahead and behind the beat. AC/DC's famous for that. The drummer's always playing slightly behind the beat. It's what makes you want to keep listening, right?
Yeah, it's like the solo to Shock Me too.
Yes,
there's a part in a solo, because I learned it. I learned it 2 years ago, whatever. And I remember my guitar teacher saying, "Oh yeah, this part he kind of does behind the beat, and then he comes back."
It's that anticipation. It keeps your listener wanting more.
Yeah.
But those kind of things are hard to do if you haven't spent countless hours playing with a metronome. So that's why I said just concentrate on playing rhythm. And when you get that down to where you're comfortable playing with a drummer or a drum machine or whatever, those two things I can't stress enough. Spend more time playing rhythm than anything, and make sure you're playing with a metronome.
Yeah, I'm always breaking out, the metronome or something on YouTube.
And I say that because I got chastised by the drummer that Chris and I played with. That was the first thing that he beat me up about. He's like, I've never seen somebody who can play so well that speeds up and slows down more than you.
Oh, really? And that's from doing with the metronome and all that.
For me, it was, I didn't play with a metronome. I just sat in my bedroom and jammed, right? So I didn't have a drummer. I wasn't really trying to play other people's music, so I wasn't getting a sense of timing. I was I had my own sense of timing.
Yeah.
Which, if you got a guy like this who wants to sing a song and you're speeding up and slowing down within that same song, there better be a damn good reason for it, or he's going to be pissed off.
He's going to flip out at you.
We would use it though. We would use that as part of the dynamic of whatever song we would write.
It became one of my better qualities, but I have to credit Scott with that, because he's the one that taught me. You got to be on the beat first before we can deviate from it, right?
You got to stay on it before you off it.
You cannot deviate from the norm. Everybody got mixed feelings. A little homage to Rush there. Yeah, shut us down now, YouTube. So we put up a show, our 133rd show. We can screen share. So we went to YouTube and we were playing Comfortably Numb live at Pompeii with Gilmore doing his, right? Okay, even Robert's like, yeah. Okay, so we were talking about that, and then we did the medley that happened with Youngblood, Aerosmith at the MTV, wherever the hell they were.
Yeah, for the Ozzy.
Yeah, in the other world. And so but we were talking about that, and then so when we dropped the episode, it got blocked. YouTube blocked the whole thing. So before you came on, Mike and I were talking about it. He realizes now it was the MTV part of it. So we got
because I saw the post you guys put about it.
And that's why
anybody who posted anything to do with that MTV Music Awards, if you read the letter that they sent Chris, it says blocked globally. That means anybody who shared any piece of that, MTV said shut them down.
So, okay.
Which, like you can go to you can go to you, but you can go to YouTube and pull it up. It's like the dumbest thing.
Right. And here's the thing.
You can't share it with
this is where I agree with Chris, and I agree with a lot of podcasters that I heard before this that made the same argument. And I can make both arguments, but I think the fact that you're bringing attention to these artists is far more important than even if we were making money on this, which we're not right now. So at this point in time, Robert McKay's on episode, I think we're on 138 or so now.
Oh, nice.
We have not been paid to do this. And it's not good or bad, but if we're helping that artist promote themselves and we're not being compensated for it, why should we have a negative strike against us? I agree with your argument in spades.
Yeah, because the other song we had on there was Alter Bridge's new single, The Silent Divide, which was fantastic because they went back to their heavy side. So we had that going. So those three things, but we think it's just the MTV one. So we're gonna have Mike cut that down and see if that's true.
Like I said, I saw it. I'm like, wow, that's wild.
Yeah. I mean,
but for the people who are watching on YouTube and Twitch who are here every week, number one, thank you. We appreciate it.
Michael's here again.
If you want to see that episode, you can go to Spotify or Apple. Spotify has the video, Apple has the audio. For some reason, they're okay with that.
So on our live part of YouTube, when we did the show live that day, I wonder if it bled through or they blocked that as well.
Well, we'll have to go back and look. I never thought about that. It's an interesting question.
I'll go on my phone and do it because my wife, I just did the same thing. So another thing I want to talk about, Robert, while I look this up, you wrote a book or you're writing a book?
I wrote a book, so it's actually out.
Okay.
Hold it up a little higher
so people can see it, man.
There you go.
It's actually out now on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Okay. And give us a synopsis about it. Just, I don't want you to give it away because we want people to come buy it, but give us a little.
Tell us why you wrote it and kind of a backstory.
There you go.
So why I wrote it kind of fell into my lap. I wasn't really planning on it. So I started writing it last year when I had my nodule taken out.
Okay.
So because I'm a butcher, when I had this done, I couldn't work for a week. So I couldn't do the lifting. So because this one was so small, the neck stiffness didn't last that long. It only lasted, I think, 2 days, 3 days the most. And so by the third day, I felt better. So I had empty notebooks. I always have empty notebooks lying around just to write. So I remember
like somebody else would know.
Most guitarists and singers do, man.
Yeah, I think I have at least 2 or 3 notebooks. Just cool. And I always carry one with me in the car.
Cool.
Just to write whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, no, I don't have work in the morning. And I said, I'm just gonna write just to write.
Yeah.
And I started to write. What I was saying before with the slashing on MTV.
Yeah.
And I stayed up until like 4:00 in the morning. And I think I wrote I want to say 10 pages in like 2 hours because I just wrote, and I hand wrote it. Okay. So I didn't have a laptop at the time either.
Wow.
So I literally hand wrote this in a notebook, pen and paper.
That's impressive all into itself.
So, yeah. So then a week later, my birthday is August 26th.
Mine's the
so
2nd.
The surgery, so the surgery was set up the first week in August was when we confirmed, okay, we're going to do the surgery, take it out because it's cancerous. We don't want to risk it. So the girl calls me for the surgery. She's like, hi, I'm calling to schedule it. I said, okay. She's like, well, the first date we have available is August 26th. That's my birthday. So I'm like, do you have anything else? That's my birthday. I don't want to have surgery on my birthday. So then she's like, well, the next date is September 9th. Well, I don't want to wait until September to get this thing taken out. If we're going to take it out, let's get it taken out. So
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah, right.
Yeah. So then she's like, well, we have August 18th. I said, okay. I said, that's fine. Let's do August 18th. So I had to kind of like plead my case a little to let's not do it on my birthday type thing. So, but we pulled it off. So, so that's how it came about. And the week I was off, I got really nice days weather-wise. So I went down by the water for 3 of the days, Wednesday, Thursday.
He lives on Long Island, Chris.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went down to Smith Point, and I wrote some of it there. And I saw my family on my birthday, and when I saw them, I had 29 pages written out. Hand wrote.
Now, are these 8.5 by 11 pages? Like a normal notebook size?
Regular, notebooks.
Okay.
Yeah, regular notebooks.
Okay, cool.
Is this fiction, nonfiction?
What?
Is this fiction, nonfiction? Are you writing like a fiction book or a book about yourself?
Biography.
Okay. There you go.
So, so I had it the whole thing written out by the end of September, and then I submitted it to a publisher. First week in October, got approved, and then a lot of round of edits on it.
Sure.
But yeah, so it came out 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
Congratulations.
And thank you. So, and it's basically about the cancer part, the music part.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I've played. I tried out for America's Got Talent twice.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was before COVID.
So tell us about that process, because we've never had somebody that's tried out for that show been on our show. So what's the process like for that?
So that now it kind of sucks. Now it's all virtual.
Well, I know, but just go back to when you did. I don't care about now, Robert. I want to know what your experience was when you tried out.
So, the auditions was at the Javits Center in New York City. So I did it 2 years in a row. The year 2018, 2019. So you go in, and I never did it before. So the first year I didn't know what I was walking into or how many people or
right. So take us to the first year. So you go to the spot for the first year. What do you see? Walk us through that. Is there crowds?
So you walk in, you walk down the stairs, and there's a line, and then there's a check-in at the when you get there. So so the first year I did it, my aunt came with me, my son came with me, and we're waiting online, and there's 2 people in front of me, kids, maybe around 20, 22. So his friend keeps asking the other guy, "Are you nervous?" So he says, "No." So at one point he says, "You should just forget what you're gonna play, and you should just break out a Taylor Swift song." So I started laughing because I wasn't into country at that point. At that point, I was still on Slash and all that. I wasn't really listening to country. So I turned around to my aunt and I said, I'm not, no way you would catch me doing country. I'll stick with, Metallica or whatever. Now I do country.
Right.
But, so you sign in, and then you go into, I guess, like a big auditorium. Not auditorium, but a big open space.
Okay.
So you just kind of hang out there, and then you get called by groups. I want to say groups of 20.
Okay.
And then you go into another room, you wait there, and then they call you 10 at a time. And I remember while I was waiting to get called, while you're in the second room, I heard clapping.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh man, tell me that this is going to be like on an actual stage. Because you just hear the clapping. Because they don't tell you really anything, what kind of room you're going into. So then when they call you, go into a room with 10 other people, and it's like a conference room. So you sit along the wall, and the person's in the middle with the camera, and you had 90 seconds to do whatever talent you were going to do.
Wow.
So I was the only one doing music, the guitar.
Yeah.
Everyone else was singing, I think there was a dancer.
Okay.
But I was the only one really doing
Guitar.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did Guns N' Roses Patience because I knew it, and I played enough that, all right, 90 seconds, I could pull it off. So the girl says, all right, any volunteers? So everyone's looking at each other. All right, is anyone going to volunteer?
Right.
So no one volunteered.
Yeah.
And
I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Me too. I'm
No,
always
I'm
the
not-
first person. Let's
Yeah.
get it over with.
Now if you told me, I would be like,
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
But at
If
the time,
it's playing guitar, I'll put my hands
But
up.
see, part of that I think could be the fact they want to see how you perform in front of a crowd. So when they're asking who wants to volunteer, whoever threw their hand up first, okay, that guy's not going to have an issue playing in front of people because he right away went,
Yeah.
pick me, I'm good, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the
why they
ones that are
ask that
kind of like the
question.
ones that are doing right. That's what I'm saying. It could be one of those
Yeah.
psychological qualifying questions. So they're taking
Yeah.
notes of every group of 10 who automatically says me.
I can tell you in that group, no one volunteered. We all just looked at each other like,
and then that's like,
I
okay,
think
not this group.
yeah. And but everyone stayed in a room while everyone performed.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool. It wasn't like, all right, 90 seconds, you got to leave.
So what was
we stayed.
so you get your 10 you called into that conference room. That's where you did your performance?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it the actual
And then,
judges or was it somebody else?
No, it was someone else. It was someone, it wasn't an actual judge like you see on
Okay.
the shows.
Yeah.
They had the camera. They
Was
had the
there-
laptop.
Was the clapping just a backing track that they were playing? Is that
No,
or
the
were-
clapping. No, it was everyone clapping.
okay? It was actually people that were watching
Yeah.
the performances. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
So they had
yeah. Okay. So it's kind of like you're trying to get backstage in a Metallica concert. You got to go through the roadies before you can go get backstage.
Yeah,
So
pretty
that's
much.
who came up was the roadie, seeing if you were worthy of going to the next
Yeah.
step. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. You can think
Okay.
of it that way.
Imagine that
Nobody
job.
gets
You
to
got
see the band unless the band wants to see them.
right, but imagine that job. And now you didn't answer the question. You made like how many people were there? Was there 100? Was there 1,000? Was there a line wrapped
I
on
would
the
say-
building?
I would say 1,000.
Okay.
He's right around New York City, so
Yeah,
there
well,
was
that's
a
just
lot
what I
of
was getting
people.
at. So imagine being that guy, the roadie that has to go through these 1,000 people and pick out a select number to take back to the band and say, okay, out of these, this is who you're going to have the judge from. That's pressure on the roadie, right? Because what if somebody has a bad 90 seconds and they're phenomenal?
No question.
They just had a shitty 90 seconds, right? And then
Yeah,
3 years, yeah.
And at the time,
Uh,
when they did it in person, so they went to all the cities.
Yeah,
They went to like 12 cities.
Sure.
So
I remember
Yeah,
that. I remember
yeah.
that part of it.
yeah,
oh, I'm sure
but
they came
I'm
to
glad I
Phoenix.
did it. Yeah, and my aunt asked me on the way. She's like, "How'd you do?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I hope I did it." I kind of zoned out while I started playing.
Do they
Yeah.
say anything when you're done? Like at all?
They just say thank you. The
Yeah.
usual. Thank you for coming and thank you for trying out. You'll get an email, January, February.
So what did the email say when you
That's a
got it?
broad spectrum.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna
it
get
was
an email.
right.
You're gonna get an email when you're 0 to 60 days. So every day, like checking an email, checking an email,
Yeah.
checking an email. Where's the spam? Where's the junk folder? Oh shit! Did I move the wrong one?
And the email was pretty generic. Kind of like thank you for trying out.
Yeah.
You haven't moved on to the next level type
Right,
thing.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, but
You can
no
kind of
thank
tell
you.
it's a pretty generic email
the-
across the board.
In the world of email spam, oh, you're just gonna get an email from us. I was.
Yeah,
I
that's
would.
pretty much.
I would have called them every day. Hey, I didn't get an email. Did you send it yet?
Yeah, that's pretty
Hey.
much all she said.
Did I win?
You'll know by email if you moved on or not.
Right, it's that George Costanza thing. Costanza, I'm going to burrow into your brain every day. Hi, this is Robert McKay. Did I get my email yet?
Yeah,
No. Hey, it's Robert again. Did I get my email yet? No.
Stanza.
All of a sudden, 58
Yeah.
days in. Yes, Robert, you can come on the show.
Oh, gee, thanks.
It's awesome.
But
so then you went back the next year?
I went back the next year. So when I went back in 2019, I already started guitar lessons. I restarted guitar lessons. So I did second year I did Bob McKay.
Oh, nice.
Because I just finished learning it. I'm like, all right, this is pretty easy. So I did that. And second time I wasn't as nervous because I kind of knew the setup for it.
Yeah.
So what do you call it? So the girl asks, she asks you, what are you gonna perform or what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I'm gonna do Mama Kim by Aerosmith. So it's like, oh wow, okay, cool. So same thing. My aunt came the second time too, and she's like, how'd you do? I said, I zoned out.
Yeah.
No, she said, whenever you're ready, start. And then she kind of puts your hand, she puts your hand up when your, time is up. But yeah, as soon as she said, whenever you're ready, I just floored it and just kept on playing.
Cool.
So
that's the way to do it. I'll give you another tip that will help you when you're nervous or you're having stage fright. Remember that nobody can do what you can do, right? Nobody is you. And even worse than that, very few people in that crowd can do what you can do. They're all in amazement, even if you're not as good as...
Right.
Even if you're not 100% up to par to playing in front of people, keep in mind that very few people can do what you can do.
Yeah, and I think the more I've done open mics and stuff like that over the past... Because even as long as I've been playing, I just started to do open mics 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So, that's one thing that's definitely, you kind of realize over time. And I think once you realize that, it makes a world of difference.
When you realize,
totally
when
does.
you realize what?
Because then it's like, give me another one, Same thing with podcasting, like
that very few people can do what you can do. I always kept that in mind. Like when you and I would get up on stage, not that I had to think about it a lot, because the one advantage that we had, Robert, is we were probably too young and dumb to know that we should have been scared.
Yeah.
Right.
We were so excited. That's it. It's funny how we always pick the same word.
Yeah.
But that was it. We were so excited to get up there and show what we had done in the rehearsal space, because we rehearsed ad nauseum, like probably 10 times more than any other band did, because we wanted to be that much better.
Right.
So not only were we young and not knowing that we should have been nervous to get up there, but we were so polished that there was nothing to be afraid of.
Right.
Train wrecks for us became, wow, I wish we could do that every night, but it was an accident.
Right.
It's like, wow, that was really cool, but we'll probably never be able to replicate that.
Yeah, like, what did you do there? Yeah.
And even my brother said after the first time, I remember I called him, or he called me, because he couldn't come out because he had work. So he's like, hey, how'd you do? So I said, I guess I did all right. I said, I was nervous, but I did it. And he kind of said the same thing. He said, he takes a lot of guts to do.
Damn right
what
it does.
He did. He said a lot of people say they're going to do something and never follow through with it. So that's always stuck with me. He told me that after the first time I did it.
And that was always my comeback if somebody criticized anything that I did or our band did. I was like, start your own band and do better.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit there and argue and feed into it. I just look at him and say, you're welcome to start your own band and get up there and do it too if you're so fucking smart, right?
Right. But that's always stuck. And I tell him that all the time. That's always stuck with me.
It's true. Yeah, it's true though. I mean, because here's the thing: at the end of the day, you're even the bands that are out right now, in the world. You pick a band. There's not one person can be defined as he's the best lead singer ever, right? Or he's the best guitarist ever. I mean,
no, and that's not what music. That's one of the things that attracted me to music to begin with. Is it wasn't a competition,
right? It's just
as much as I like sports, I don't like that pick a team kind of thing. It's like, I like everybody. The three of us are all musicians. We're all talking the same language right now. I'm as into whatever you're doing musically as you would be what we are. It's not we're the Bears versus the Cowboys or whatever. You know, there's no animosity.
And let's talk about how the Bears destroyed them. Oh my God!
Yeah, thank you. Cost me $50, but it was worth every bit of it.
Wow. But yeah, that's all I was saying was the same thing, man. You know, I may not have been the best singer in the world, but I was the best at what I did and how I wrote my songs.
You were the best singer that Nemesis ever had, and that's all we needed.
Yeah, thank you. But that's the thing. So it's you own your space. So the fear, I mean, everybody has that fear of performing when they first start doing it. Luckily, a lot of my fears got pushed out of the wayside because before I was in bands, I wasn't acting and I was on stage, you know, doing theatrical plays and stuff. So that nervous energy eventually just evolved into excitement and just raw energy, trying to burn that energy before we'd go on. Because, you know, when you're in a band, you're always faster live. You're always faster live. And we would play 3 songs without saying a word to the crowd, back to back to back. You know, when we get done with that, I'm already like, whoo, fucking sweating, you know, because you're just hyped. So that nervous
every time he does this, I want
to
get back up there.
Yeah, I mean, my first open mic, I was nervous as hell.
Yeah,
my first open mic was in North Carolina.
Nice.
It wasn't even local.
Well, that's
in
good.
North Carolina.
That's good. Iron out the edges out of hometown and then come to hometown just dialed in, man. And they'll be like, holy shit, did you see Robert last night? That was outstanding, man. Because nobody remembers when you play in front of 5 people, right? And one of them's the janitor, one of them's the bartender, and one's the waitress, right?
Yep.
So, but you got to start somewhere, so that's cool, man. You know, you just got to start somewhere.
We played Monday night at midnight too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Trust me, there's not many people out partying Monday night at midnight.
And speaking of Guns N' Roses and Slash, not too long ago, there was something that populated on I think a reel, whether it was Instagram or Facebook. They actually had a 30-second clip of Guns N' Roses in what looked like what looked like a 15 by 15 room. Nobody was in there except somebody sitting on a chair next to the stage,
like 6 people,
and they're playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're playing, and the caption was basically, no one remembers it always starts this way. Like you don't. It always starts. It
was like 1984 or 1985. Yeah. You know, they broke in 86 or 7.
Right, but that's the thing.
I said that was before Appetite.
Yeah, well, yeah, because before Appetite, there were nobody. They were just
the picture that Chris is talking about. Axl's hair was like 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. It was just like legit. If you walked into a bar, they had a corner stage, and there they were on this tiny corner stage. And you could see enough space on the floor in front of them that there was not that many people there.
No.
But again, it was when they were first jamming, I'm sure, when they first put the band together. Everybody starts that way.
Yeah.
Nobody, unless nobody starts any other way. You just don't.
They didn't hand us a national headlining opening spot right off the bat.
No.
They handed us Monday night at midnight and said, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see what you can
bring in.
And
we looked at each other and said, how the hell are we ever going to get anybody here when nobody's here? Mm-hmm. That was the challenge, you know?
How the hell do I get a following?
And this was before the internet. This was before Facebook.
Yeah, we didn't have the advantage of the internet. This is 1994, 5.
Yeah, so there was no Facebook or anything like that.
No, hell no.
It's old school.
Nobody had a computer in their house. I mean, not nobody, but
rare.
Yeah.
Geez, that was really good grammar. Not nobody. Way to go, Mike.
So one of the other things I noticed about you while you were dealing with cancer, you were still performing. So how long was this entire ordeal from when you got diagnosed, and how long you've played over the years? I saw that on I think your Instagram or your Facebook, one of the two.
Yeah. I was diagnosed I was diagnosed in 2011. So the thing with at least my thyroid cancer is that luckily it hasn't been. I haven't had the effects of it to where it's really slowed me down to where I couldn't get out.
Okay.
You know, as long as I stay on top of it with the doctors and do my tests and stuff like that. It's not, and I'm very lucky that. Yeah, I'm able to travel and play as much as I have.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as playing out, that's been, I want to say 3 years.
Okay. Cool.
4 years. Right after I started lessons.
Okay.
Because that kind of gave me the confidence to, and my guitar teacher's in the band.
Yeah.
In the band.
Oh, right on.
So he's a guitarist who don't believe in ghosts. So
when you go out and play, it's just you and your guitar? You're just playing.
That's it, man.
Are you doing acoustic, electric, both?
Both. But
how long are your sets?
Well, most of the open mics you get to do 3 songs.
Okay.
Film festival I did 1 song.
Okay.
I did a coffee shop this year that was at 2 hours.
Oh, nice.
That was the first time I did a 2-hour set.
Right on.
Wow. Very nice.
That's definitely different.
It is different.
Because I never played inside a coffee shop before, but
you can't turn up to 11 in a coffee shop. You can't turn up to 11 in a coffee shop.
Yeah. But I just kind of winged it, you know?
Cool.
I kind of wrote out a set list, and then I'm like, because, coffee shop is like people coming and going type thing.
Yep.
So I just kind of threw out that out the window, and I just kind of winged it for 2 hours.
So next time you do a 2-hour show at a coffee shop, come up with songs that can relate. Like when somebody's leaving, you start playing "Hey Joe." Hey Joe, where you going with that coffee? But you change the lyric, right? Instead of gun, where you going with that coffee in your hand? And so, right? So then,
I love it.
So search the database of songs that all relate to. You can point somebody out. No, just that you can point somebody out with it. Like Hey Joe, somebody in the crowd could be called Joe, right?
Right.
So things like that, like Come On Eileen, right? Come On Eileen, Dixie and the Midnight Runners. Something like that I think would be interesting, because then you're going to get the people engaged in the fact that they're going to start catching on after 2 or 3 songs. You're throwing stuff out there that people are like, oh, it's coming and going songs. That would be clever, man.
That would be. I'll definitely,
Yeah, let us know if you can pull that off. That would be cool. I'd like to know that set list, man. But you got to kick it off with Hey Joe, and then just tweak it instead of gun coffee.
Just tweak it, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like if I was at a coffee shop, I'd be like, what did he just do? That would totally
I'd probably stick around for sure.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I would totally be like, wait a minute. It's like a Weird Al Yankovic, but not writing your own song. You're just tweaking them to kind of go with the vibe of the coffee shop.
Yeah.
There's got to be coffee songs and shit, man.
Definitely, yeah.
The
now
Gambler.
I'm look that up.
You could play The Gambler, right? That's like a one-person storytelling. It's like storytelling songs, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, yeah. That's wow. Yeah, let us know how that works, Robert. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that'd be fun. So, where do people find your book again?
Amazon. It's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. I'll put it up.
Okay, yeah, and it's Against All Odds.
Against All Odds.
Yep. And it's about your journey through cancer and music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Everywhere I've played, the America's Got Talent.
Okay.
The 2 times I did that.
Yep.
Playing in North Carolina, playing in Jersey. First time I played in Jersey was a brewery.
Okay.
So, when I first started to try to find places, I found a place local, but it was more like open jam.
Okay.
And trying to explain to the guy that, listen, because I just started to write my own stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, I'll send you a list, and if you know any of these songs, you can come up and play.
Okay, I got you. Open jam. So everybody kind of comes up. Hey, we're going to play Knocking on Heaven's Doors from Guns N' Roses. Who can play? That kind of thing.
Yep.
And then,
okay.
So
he sent me a list.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know these songs, but I don't really know how to play them, because it's more like send me stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, that didn't last too long. I tried going there 2 times, and he shoved me at the end of the night because I wanted to play by myself.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So then I found this place in Jersey, some on Facebook, all different music groups or different areas.
Yeah.
But I found a place that was a Tuesday, and I'm off on Tuesdays.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? I'll drive down, and I'll come back the same night. It's not that far. So, and I just gotten my amp. I have a Catalyst 200 amp.
Nice.
Line 6 Catalyst. So I just got it like maybe 2 months before that. So I text the girl, the girl. So I'm like, I don't have a sound pickup for my acoustic. Is it okay if I bring my electric? So she's like, yeah, not a problem. I'm like, it's okay if I bring my own amp. Yeah, not a problem. Because I didn't have the sound pickup for my acoustic at the time. So I sent her the picture of the amp, and I'm like, is this okay? So she's like, yeah. So I guess she didn't realize how big the amp actually was from the picture. So I walk in, and when you walk in, so you had 2 entrances. I think it used to be an old auto repair shop. So where the beige used to be, that was the bar part.
Oh, interesting.
So, and where the office was, that was like where the bathroom was.
Okay.
But they kind of put like 2 tables. So it kind of had like L. Then you had to walk down to the bar.
Okay.
And then the setup was in the corner. So I went in through the office part. So she didn't see my amp beforehand. When I went up to her to say hi at the bar, she was bartending. She didn't see the amp, so she didn't. So she's like, "Oh, how was the ride?" I said, "It wasn't bad. It took me 3 hours." So a guy next to me heard me say that, and he's like, "You drove 3 hours just to come play an open mic?" I said, "Yeah, it wasn't that bad." So then he's like, "Are you driving back afterwards?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I have work in the morning, but yeah, I'm driving back the same night right after this." So they all look like kind of like you're crazy, like like you're driving 3 hours to do an open mic. But so, and everyone else is playing acoustic. Everyone else is playing acoustic light stuff, and here I am with the amp. I think I brought my Fender the first time, but I switched it up between my Fender and my Epiphone. But yeah, I remember walking down with it. And it's like, oh my God, that's huge. I'm like, well, is it okay? She's like, no, that's fine. It's not a problem. And I remember looking up at the bar, because the bar was like a U, and a girl looking like that, like, oh my God, like, and I just cranked it. But I was the only one that played electric. Everyone else was playing acoustic. Everyone was playing lighter stuff. And
you are at least knighted by me as an official guitar player, because that's what guitar players do.
And I cranked it. And
if it's too loud, you can leave.
Oh, I used to crank it too. And
I still do.
One of my biggest pet peeves was, chatter when I played. It used to drive me nuts. Like if I'm playing, like I don't want to hear fucking conversations. Or
you're not going to be able to talk if I'm playing a guitar.
Right.
I'll tell you that right
so
now.
Because I had my amp, if I heard chat, I didn't make it obvious, but I just kind of pretend I'm messing around. But meanwhile, I'm just turning the volume up a little. So you get to do 3 songs.
Right.
So if you're chattering after the first one, guess what? You're not going to be chattering by the time we get done. Yeah.
The only person that could ever make me turn down was the sound man, because he was bigger than me and he was the one making it sound good.
Yeah, and a lot of the other open mics are acoustic, like the one I did in North Carolina. I became pretty close with her. So she used to run one 3 times a week. So whenever I went down, I always reached out to her beforehand to make sure she was around. So I always gravitated. I went 2-3 times a year just to go down and play with her. She was always so supporting of it.
Right on.
And I became really close with her.
Cool.
So I go down 2-3 times a year. I go down to Carolina and I play without.
That's awesome, man.
Where are you playing? Where are you?
And those all. Go ahead.
What shows you got coming up? You got any open mics you're doing coming up that people can go check you out?
So this year, and last year, I found more local stuff.
Okay.
So, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm doing one next Tuesday. I'm doing one the next Tuesdays in a row. They do it once a month.
So the 30th, September 30th?
Yeah.
And where's that at?
That's at Gray South Brewery in Patchogue.
Okay, cool. And then now, since you're in Long Island, I got to ask the question: Giants, Jets, or Eagles?
Giants.
Thank you.
Wait, what was it?
Giants, Jets, or Eagles?
Giants.
Giants. Okay, thank you.
I've always been a Giants fan.
Thank you.
Then Chris still likes you.
Yeah. So you heard they're benching Russell Wilson. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
Yeah, they benched him today. Jackson Dart's starting against the Chargers.
Shit. That's the rookie, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Which I
didn't hear about that.
They're 0-3, so Dable's got to do something before he gets fired. I think he's fired.
Yeah, I know
year.
they were hanging on by a thread.
It's
he was hanging on.
I don't know how he's still there, dude. After 5 years of mediocrity, I don't.
Three of us.
I mean, they're 31. Yeah. They're 31, 114 and 2 since Eli left.
Yeah, how is he still there?
No idea, dude.
5 years,
right? 113 losses since Eli left. It's like, come on. It's just come on.
Yes, that's surprising. I just with that kind of record, he's there 5.
I know, it's ridiculous, and the amount of people that have left. Anyway, we get on football. We'll be here for another hour.
Yeah.
So if you want to find Robert McKay, just go on his Facebook page, which is just Robert McKay, right?
Yep.
Yep. As well as Instagram.
Yep.
Okay. And then you can find his book, Against All Odds, Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It's all about his triumphs and of getting over cancer and playing music and all the places he's gone and done, and just coming and doing what he loves, right? And you're also a butcher. Yeah. We didn't talk about you chopping things up, man.
Yeah. So the butcher, so it's kind of I could same thing. I kind of fell into it. So I went to Suffolk Community College for business. So while I was going to school, I was sending out, faxing out resumes, whatever.
Yeah.
So I wasn't getting really any hits, and I tried one place. It didn't work out. So I needed money just to have.
Right.
So, I picked, grocery store, whatever. So I went down for the interview, and the guy's like, because originally I applied for grocery. I didn't even apply for it.
Okay.
So the guy's like, I really don't have anything for grocery. Is there anything else you would want to do? So I said, I don't know, meat. Because my uncle was a butcher.
Okay.
So, and he made a career out of it.
Yeah.
Are you guys union?
I don't know, meat. What?
Are you guys union?
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah, with local 342.
Cool.
Me too. I'm 2096 UAW.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm not.
He'll sell you a house if you want to retire in Arizona.
Right. That's what I'll do.
I want to go down to Tennessee. I'm eventually.
Right on.
Nothing wrong with Tennessee, man. It's beautiful.
No.
Yeah. I'm going down there in 3 weeks.
Playing a show.
Going to see family. I'm going to.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of zigzagging, so I'm going down to Knoxville to see my cousins.
Okay.
From Sunday to Wednesday, and then Wednesday I'm shooting over to Charlotte to do the open mic with with my friend.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing one Thursday in right near Charlotte.
Okay.
So awesome. I'll be in Charlotte from Wednesday to Saturday.
Cool.
And Saturday I'm going to Nashville.
Right on.
And I found 2 open mics.
Sweet.
Sunday and Monday.
Nice.
And then Tuesday I head back.
There you go.
So Tuesday I'm going to drive like halfway.
Yeah.
Stay somewhere
cool
at the halfway point, and then come back Wednesday.
Right on. So all you boys and girls out there, go to Robert McKay on Facebook, Instagram, find out where he's playing, and go check him out, man. Yeah,
I'm always posting where I'm playing.
There you go.
So
there you go. All right, we wrap everything up like this. If you're feeling bad, if you're depressed, you're suicidal, don't do it. Go for a run. Go scream in a pillow. Go journal. Go find somebody to talk to. If you can't find somebody to talk to, text 988. They're standing by, waiting to help you. Don't leave a hole in somebody else's heart. Tomorrow will be a better day because you're waking up in it. Somebody does love you. Somebody will miss you. So remember that. He's Robert McKay. I'm Chris Dunham. He's Mike Michaels. This is the Chris and Mike Show. Until next time, see ya. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Don't leave yet, Robert. We got to make sure I'll upload. Journey
fight the battle, but you must win. Oh, listen, baby, to your singing. Yeah. Listen to your singing. Now you're turning, come down in. Yeah, I'm bound solid to your sand. You keep on fighting, wait for the day when you close your eyes and you fade away. You ain't no preacher, but a praying man. You took your breath on the Almighty's hand. You got a dream, who in your life to keep on soaring every night. Take the trip behind your eyes. Feel the soul revolution night. Yeah, 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 yeah. Take a moment, listen to your sin. Fight the battle.